Oh, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we have a beer from Batch. Now, Batch was the brewery that was formerly known as the Beer Academy. It is owned by, the Beer Academy was, 6 Pints? Is that what they were calling themselves? But the Beer Academy was owned by Molson Coors. Batches as well. They do have it under the Creemore flag. So this is Batch by Creemore. So on Victoria Street in Toronto. I hear they make some really good beers. I've had their cream ale. I've had their pale ale. I like them both. I kept the more experimental, more intriguing beers for last. This is their Raspberry Ginger Saison at 5.7% alcohol by volume and 625 milliliter bottles. Whoa. I apologize for that. I knew it was coming, that's why I kept stopping. I was hoping I could force the cough not to happen. I couldn't. Anyway, brewed at Batch Brewery, 75 Victoria Street, Toronto, Ontario, from the folks at Creemore. Creemore Springs Brewing Limited is the trademark on it. BatchToronto.com is their website. Let's open up the beer. Let's try the beer. I was just a little bit of water. I went to rinse out the glass, hoping I don't get the usual dust/water marks if I rinsed it out first. Especially where I found the glass. My wife moved it on me. It wasn't where I left it. It was in a spot really set up to pick up dust. Oh my god, visually that is one of the most appealing beers I've seen ever. And it's also kind of one of the scariest visual beers I've ever seen in a long time. That looks amazing and disgusting at the same time. It's just so thick that you can't see even an ounce of light through it. You can't see anything through this. It's super thick. It's kind of that like reddish purpley color. The head has that slight hue of pink to it. This looks amazing because it looks like a shitload of raspberries were used in it, and not like raspberry extract or anything like that you'd expect from a lot of macro companies, but even some craft brewers will do it. And I mean, that's the thing, right? It's we make out the macro guys as the bad guys, but a lot of times there's craft brewers that do the same thing. So these guys are doing something that some craft brewers don't do, and that's using actual raspberries. Visually, that is amazing. Scent. Oh my god. Oh. It's raspberry and ginger. That's it. It's raspberry and ginger. Out of the glass, it reminds me of like raspberry jam, raspberry preserve with some ginger in it. Out of the bottle, with the stuff not coming out quite as fast and all that, it kind of reminds me of like a raspberry ginger ale. It's coming off a little sweeter out of the bottle. So out of the bottle, it kind of reminds me of raspberry ginger ale. Out of the glass, it kind of reminds me of a raspberry jam with ginger. Either way, they both smell great. It looks amazing. I actually think that I'm going to do one thing before we continue here. Slide my chair over. I'm going to pull my phone down. And I'm going to take a picture of this guy. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? Sorry, there's not a lot of beers that visually appeal to me enough that I need to take a picture, but that one did. Cheers, let's try this. Wow. It's basically like you're actually eating raspberries. I'm getting the very, very sweet taste that raspberries can come off with. I'm getting that slightly sour taste that raspberries get when they start getting a little mushy. Also, getting that tannic sort of slightly bitter taste that you get once you start crunching down the raspberry seeds. The little black specks you get all in your teeth and stuff. The ginger comes through right at the finish. Just a slightly drying. It's not. I can't tell. I can tell you there's actual raspberries in here. I can't tell you if they use true ginger or ginger extract, because the ginger isn't coming off very spicy at all to me. It doesn't taste like pickled ginger at all, but it's not coming off with the spice that I normally would get from ginger. There is a little bit of ginger spice right down in the throat, but it's not coming off with as much as I would normally expect. It feels more. It feels more like an extract with the burn, because the burn reminds me more of, say, like the Melville's ginger lager. However, it doesn't have that taste that the extract would have. The taste is more real. It's more earthy. It's more earthy. It's more drying. It's more just root like. So the taste is right. The heat just doesn't seem to be on par with natural stuff. But I mean, all crops are different. You're going to get some ginger that isn't as spicy and some ginger that is more. And so I mean, it just might not be very spicy ginger. It works though with this. That it takes that sweet, sour, and tannicness of the raspberries, and it kind of mellows it out at the finish into a just kind of drying, earthy, slight bit of spice. I really enjoy this. But how can you like it? They're owned by a big guy. I've always been a firm believer of like the brewery because the beer's good, not because of who owns it. There are a lot of people that are just drink local, which is a good thing. You want to keep your money local, whatever. But there are a lot of local breweries that don't do very well and just live off of the drink local aspect. And because people will go and give them their money because they're local, they have no incentive to make better beer. This is better than a lot of craft... Well, I shouldn't say a lot. This is better than some craft breweries I've had. This is on par with a lot of craft breweries. It doesn't matter that the big... Well, it can matter to you ethically that the big guy owns it. But the flavor... You can't deny the flavor. It's good. It's made properly. There's no faults in it. It's made with love. It's not made just because it's made. It's made because they want to make it. It's made because they thought this was a good idea. It's made by people that love beer. Whether you want to believe they love beer or not, it doesn't matter. They love beer. You need a job somewhere. This job is offered. If you can get this job and make the beer you like, why wouldn't you take it? That being said, I really enjoy this beer. And if I could get to Toronto, I would buy this more often. What am I going to give batches of raspberry ginger Saison? I would give this a 9 out of 10. I love this beer. I love this beer. I love this beer. Raspberries and ginger, and that's it. I'm not, like, to say it's a Saison, not really picking up Saison notes. It is a little heavier mouthfeel, but with that, you'd expect it to be. There's nothing bad I can say about this beer other than I can't get it. That's it. Cheers, guys. That might be a little too thick to chug, but we're going to try. We got to go play some Battlefield 1 and untap these things. So let's go. Bye.